Apostle Smagic, Empress of the Benyan Empire, does not wish war with the Lagoons and searches feverishly for a peaceful resolution. However, many Imperial senators see the war not only as a means to expand their own influence, but also as a convenient opportunity to exterminate the Lagoons once and for all. These ambitious senators meet with Vice Minister Lakanen and vigorously advocate a full-scale war. Having seen their homeland invaded, Benyan's citizens desiring peace are now few and far between. Against the Apostle's wishes, Benyan's military is now fully committed to the war with the Lagoons. Zelgius easily escapes the talons of the bird tribes meant to delay him and the Central Army. He arrives at the Sistole Plains to reinforce his weakened allies. The Lagoon's forces are surprised by the sudden appearance of this new enemy and seek counsel from Ranulf of Gallia. Ranulf orders a retreat with all speed, thus avoiding a full-on engagement with the Central Army. General Zelgius chooses not to pursue the fleeing Gallian army. Instead, he orders his army to hold position on the eastern banks of the Riban. Divided by the river, the two armies are deadlocked, able to do little more than glare at one another in hatred.
Chapter 3, River Crossing. This might be the end of our war. The Northern and Central armies have merged. A force that size is too powerful for us. If Tabarn and Aysala can't help us, it might be a good idea to go back to Gallia and regroup. Convincing Scrimmer won't be easy, but I can't let our people get killed in a hopeless battle. Understood. Ranulf, this is your war, so I'll follow your orders. I have to say, though, retreating won't be easy. According to Soren, the Central Army has mobilized and begun marching on our position during the last few days. They finally brought in a competent commander, huh? Our path is blocked both ways. Hey!
Hello, boys. It's good to know you two still hung out together.
Tabarn, glad to see you're safe. But what happened? Didn't the bird tribes hit the supply unit? The Benyan Central Army is here, and they're marching on us.
Talk later. Eat now. Sorry, but I gotta put something in my stomach and get some rest.
How's Tabarn? He's resting inside that tent over there. Ike, did you see him? Did you see his wings? Yeah, they were covered in blood. He's not hurt, so it must be someone else's. I have this awful feeling. A feeling that something terrible has happened. I really hope I'm wrong. Ike, Ranulf! Rayson, you're here too? Your Highness, please, wait! I have to check on him. I'm worried about Tabarn.
We're worried too, but Rayson can't just let him be for a while.
Janaf, Ulki, what's going on? What happened to you out there? Aysala and the Ravens of Kelvas betrayed us? Again? I'm so mad I can barely see straight! The Ravens were informants. They told Benyan our battle strategy.
It was a trap. The supply unit we raided turned out to be the Central Army itself. The troops were under the command of Benyan's most famous general, Zelgius.
General Zelgius? This just got a lot worse. You've heard of him? I met him during the Mad King's War. He's powerful, experienced, and clever. One of the best generals of our time. Yeah, for a Bayark, he was quite powerful, all right. Tabarn, well shifted, mind you, attacked this Zelgius guy. Zelgius didn't even budge an inch. But all of a sudden, he stopped fighting and said, "We've delayed you long enough. If you cherish the lives of your people, return home at once." He said that,
so the king made a decision. We flew night and day and reached Phoenix, but it was too late. Save for the elderly women and children, they were all...
I also heard what happened, and I just couldn't believe it. Aysala has betrayed us once again. I cannot believe he played a role in wiping out Phoenix.
Hey, we're not wiped out yet.
Huh? Tabarn.
I'm alive and well. My people are few, but they still live. Phoenix is still a country. Janaf, Ulki, you know what we must do.
Of course.
Yes, Benyon and Kilvas will burn for this. So that's the whole story. Sorry we were late, but now that we're here to stay and see this war out. Don't tell me you kittens are going to run off with your tails between your legs. I won't accept that.
Of course not, King Tabarn. I'll get Scrimmer right now. A slight delay, but now that we've merged with the Hawk tribe, we have the strength to fight. Our goal is to cross the Raban. The core of our forces will ford the river and attack the Central Army head-on. Ranulph, you'll need to form a small unit of your best warriors and lead them behind enemy lines, undetected. Can you do it? No sweat. We'll do some officer hunting and keep their leaders' attention on us. Good. But a distraction alone will not get us across the river. They've got the terrain and Zelgius in their favor.
Use fewer your words, Tiny Bjork. Tell us what we must do. Some of us have a battle to fight.
Don't interrupt me again, Scrimmer. All these words may be the only thing that can possibly win this battle. As I was saying, while Ranulph and his men sow confusion in the rear ranks, a group of Hotlagoos will carry the Grill mercenaries south around the battlefield. We'll cross the river and make our way to the supply train, which also serves as the Senator's camp.
I see what you're doing. You're going to involve the Senators and have them start messing things up.
Precisely. Zelgius is the military commander, but the Senators have authority over him. If attacked, they will panic and request aid. He will be forced to return and rescue them. Zelgius is a soldier through and through. He will not disobey an order, no matter how foolish it might be. Once he leaves, their front line will crumble. That's when you advance. Tabarn and Scrimmer will lead the charge. That's all. Is everyone clear on what they have to do?
I still dislike Bjork tactics. I'd rather face my enemy and give him my name before I snap his neck in my jaws. But in order to defeat cowards, we must use the weapons of cowards. Let's go.
Do I detect a bit of, character development in Scrimmer? Pretty cool.
Your strategist is something else. Does he have some kind of magic hat that he pulls all his crazy ideas out of?
Well, I do pay him plenty for it. Soren said this mission would fail without help from the Phoenix army. We're asking you to take a very big risk, King Tabarn.
We can handle it. We can do anything if it involves teaching those vermin in Benyon a thing or two.
Soren has even answered some of Scrimmer's more insane requests. He doesn't listen to a word I say, but when Soren talks strategy, he's all ears. Is that why he hasn't been complaining during the briefings? He says he looks forward to what the little strategist will say next. It looks to me like Soren's charmed his way into the most powerful position in this army. I'm glad to hear it. He's changed, hasn't he? Yeah, I think so. He still doesn't say much, but he's a lot more at ease these days. He used to be completely closed off, rejecting anyone who tried to get close. Like he locked himself away, all alone in his own little world. We all lost and gained something during the Mad King's War. Maybe it wasn't a complete waste after all. Do you think we'll feel the same way about this war when it's over? Who knows? We'll have to survive it first. Fair enough. We definitely have more support options available now. I think there's only one that gets my attention, though. Skills? No, I don't think so. Not for this chapter, anyway. Today's bargain bin. Yeah, Draco Shield could be nice. Down here we have one of the worst skills in the entire game, Flourish. When you equip this, you're able to half your own attack power when attacking an enemy. This is used exclusively for weakening enemies and finishing them off with your under-leveled units to help them catch up. The big problem with this skill is that instead of being always active like it sounds like it should be, it's a command skill, like parry. So you have to enter combat every single time with this skill to make it work, and it does not have any effect on enemy phases. So yeah. Now I do have some things to sell thanks to last week's endeavors, or whenever this video goes up. Let's see, I'll definitely get rid of these elixirs. I don't think I need both Reaper cards, honestly. $18 magic versus 20 strength. Yeah, that's... No. I've debated about using these time and again, but it's just not going to happen. I'll save that for later. B rank is nice, but I know we can do better. How much money do I have again? Okay. I think we're okay otherwise. Yeah, let's go ahead and advance the plot. General Zelgius, the men are in position. Good work. It's becoming foggy. Looks like the Hawk tribe has joined with the main force, but I'm sure this fog will hinder them. I wouldn't be too sure about that. The fog might actually be a boon to them. We'll wait and see what move they make. General, we hear splashing. Lagu's alliance is on the move.
The band's marching halfway across the river already. There's no point in waiting. Ah, well, the enemy's not asleep. Then it's time to fight. You should go. Don't remind me. I hate flying. Anyway, give the word, will you? No need. Our friends heard every word. Finally, it's time. I've had enough of sitting around. To wing, brothers! Keep up with me if you can!
I'm needed elsewhere. Keep them engaged until I return.
Yes, sir. Sorry to drop in unannounced. We thought it best to hunt the strongest prey first.
Of course. Interesting maneuver.
Will you draw your blade?
I trust you know who you face. Zelgius, commander of this army. If you're not worthy of fighting me, then you are only wasting my time.
I'm Ronald. Right hand to Gallia's future king. Will that do?
We shall see. I will accept your challenge. At your ready.
Can somebody please put that on a poster?
What is all that noise? And at this hour? A battle has begun on the other side of the woods, near the river.
Then tell Zelgius to wipe those helpings out quickly and quiet down. I cannot sleep with this racket. Don't you peasants know I need my beauty sleep? I should have you all flogged, you inconsiderate fools.
Wretched snob.
We're in. Soren, let's go over the plan one more time. Our objective is to destroy the enemy supplies. The senators store their food and personal effects in crates. If we burn those crates, the Senators will likely pull their troops back to protect their own hides. So while the Lagoos distract the enemy, we force the gate open, storm inside, and burn all the supplies. Exactly. We can also set their horses loose. That should add to the confusion. Agreed. Also, please try not to hurt the Senators themselves. Harming them might cause us trouble later on, especially once the fighting is over. Alright, we've got to finish before the fog burns off. Let's get this done. Attack! For this chapter, we need to, well, bust in and go around burning these supply crates. There are 6 of them scattered throughout the map. We have 15 turns to do this, or if you're playing easy mode, 18 turns. Either way, this is more than enough time to get this job done. Now, who am I going to bring? Okay. This is pretty standard soldier fare. We have lancers, armors, a few mages scattered in. The boss is a druid, very rare class. This is enemy exclusive. They wield dark magic, which is powerful, but has balls for accuracy. It's whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna go around, do our thing, and make Smagic happen. Smagic? I don't even know what that is. Probably a good idea to bring Heather because of a certain thing that'll happen once we take some more ground. Let's play. Wait, why do that? I can just... Yeah, easy. Endurance on that door, so let's... Oops. Let's just hang back for a second.
Enemies in the camp. We're under attack.
How interesting. I never expected them to attack this particular camp. While the Senators may deserve to get kicked around a little bit, I cannot let my general down. I shall protect this camp with all my power.
Soldiers of Benyon, wipe out the bandits. Kill every last one of them.
Nice try. Not what I had in mind, but that works. Once you get up to the pens where the horses are, yeah, you're free to open them and let them loose. They'll just run around the battlefield, cause mayhem, and actually try to leave the field. You get bonus experience based on their survival, which is basically free because they can't possibly die. That is one of my favorite critical animations in this game. It's simple, it's to the point, it's just awesome. Oh yeah, senators. Like Soren said, you don't want to kill them. Rather, you want to steal their things, and make sure that they survive, because you'll get fewer bonus experience based on their survival, much like the horses. But if you let them go unscathed, then you know, it'll just look better on your report, I guess. So try to block off their escape routes if you can, because they're going to be pretty annoying. Let's stay. I can work with that. This opening blockade is always so annoying. Nope, can't reach. That's a wind mage ahead. Maybe I should attack it with someone else. There we go. That's fine. And just like that, the strong get even stronger. I'm not worried. Not even in the slightest. Okay. If I miss, that's bad news. Or at least it could be. See, this guy doesn't move. And this guy doesn't move either. Could always push her a few spaces forward. Not a bad idea, actually. No, come on. There we go. Not terrible, but I would like to play it safe. Scratch one bogey. Let's visit this tent. You're with the Lagoose Alliance? Wait, please, I don't want to die over those useless, decrepit old senators. I'm getting out of here. You can take whatever you want from this stash. Thanks. Blossom is a very weird skill. When you have it equipped, the amount of experience you get from combat is cut in half. However, your growth rates are doubled. Or, I want to say they are. But if you combine this with Paragon, it essentially reverts your EXP gain to the normal amount, because when you have Paragon equipped, it's doubled, and the two skills will neutralize each other, but you'll still get the enhanced growth rates. This is best used on the lower difficulties for sure. On hard mode, it's very, very situational, let's just say. Because of the BXP roll when you're at base, you can only get 3 stats, and unless you equip the skill before going into the next battle, you're not going to be able to take full advantage of it until after a round of combat is over. This guy can't possibly reach me because of the thickets. And then once you do get a level up with Blossom in the next battle, you're stuck with having almost no XP gains for the remainder of that fight. So it's, like I said, it's just weird. It's also kind of expensive, too. It costs about as much as Fortune, which makes sense. Alright, there's another senator up there. This one's special because he's carrying a white gem. This is worth a lot of money. Yeah, I know. Gotta block his way, but I also need to be wary of the Thunder Mage over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can burn this and then run away. Let's do that. If nothing else, anyway. $17, okay. Thanks to celerity, I can do this. Nope. Yes. That's not such a bad idea. $13, so close. Wait a second. Remember, kids, say no to yes. And say something or other to pizza. See, that soldier up there is probably going to move, so let's equip this instead. We're doing good so far. Your turn has been skipped. Let's see, no other... Yeah, this is fine. Let's cut you off. Here's fine, here's fine. Here's a heal hedge. You don't see those very often. 1, 2... Okay, yeah. I'll cut the video after this turn. It seems like a pretty good halfway point. As these two Armor Knights of Death stare each other down, but there can only be one winner.